Mass shooting in Nyanga leaves 4 people dead. Cops are investigating following the murder of 4 people in Nyanga on Sunday night. A 5th victim who was injured was transported to hospital. The local community policing forum says the incident occurred at Lloyd informal settlement. The murder shocked us because we don't usually hear of mass shootings in Lloyd. We usually visit there when there is a fire incident. We don't know what the motive for the attack was, but we suspect that it is extortion related. We ask the community members to remain calm and work with the police in solving this case. Police spokesperson Colonel Andre Trout says cops were summoned to the crime scene in Govan Becky Road at around 9:40 p.m. on Sunday, where the bodies of 3 men and 1 female in their 20s were discovered with gunshot wounds inside a shack. A 5th victim was admitted to hospital, also with a gunshot wound. The motive to the attack on the victims is yet to be determined, and the suspects are being sought by detectives attached to the Provincial Serious and Violent Crimes Unit. Police Oversight and Community Safety MEC Regan Allen said he was outraged that yet another mass murder occurred. The violence and murders that have been happening over the last while has to stop. As the Western Cape government, we are continuing to support and strengthen SAPS' hand in the fight against crime in the Nyanga area with the deployment of our LEAP officers. SAPS intelligence have to be sharper so that these types of incidents can be prevented. Anyone with information about the shooting is urged to contact Crime Stop on 08600 10111. In the meantime, breakup turns deadly. Man commits suicide after murdering his ex. The family of a young Nyanga mom who was strangled and her throat slit by her ex-Berk is struggling to come to grips with her death as the alleged killer committed suicide. Pelokazi Marerane, 28, was killed on Monday at her Nyanga home at the hand of her former boyfriend, Baxolele Baja, who begged her to get back together. Her grieving family says when she refused, she paid the ultimate price. The brother Siposetu Fumbata explains they were in a relationship and they had a child and they broke up. He moved on with a woman in Kayelicha who he moved in with. He then broke up with her, and after some time he wanted to get back together with my sister. She said she wasn't keen on being with him again and said he could see their child whenever he wanted to. He became persistent and she refused. Siposetu says on Monday he could hear there was a struggle outside but then thought it was happening somewhere else. The brother adds, he fought with her. I could hear, but it's like it happened far away. He managed to convince her to go somewhere so they could talk. They didn't even leave the yard when he strangled her, punched her, and then stabbed her in the ear and then cut her throat. She had a deep gash in the neck. Fumbata says residents intervened when they saw what happened. He explains, community members tried to stop him from decapitating my sister, and he got a chance to escape. He went to Philippi and then Kayelicha to his girlfriend, where he was seen with her. The police asked her and she denied knowing him. He was then traced to her home, and when the police got there, they found bloody clothes. And then on Tuesday, people were looking for him and heard that he had committed suicide. Police spokesperson Captain F.C. Van Veek confirms the suspect was found dead. He reports, on Monday at about 3 a.m., a 20-year-old female was stabbed several times and injured at Nyanga hostels in Nyanga. She was taken to a nearby hospital where she died due to injuries sustained. A murder case was opened for investigation at Nyanga SAPS. The investigating officer followed up several leads. The alleged person of interest was found deceased on Tuesday in Marcus Garvey. Philippi East, SAPS opened an inquest for further investigation. The investigation continues. At this stage, it is unknown how he committed suicide. The brother of teen who was shot making videos of an extortion deal has now also been killed. Siseko Mkize, 17, was killed in Siyahlala, informal settlement on February 4th around 7 p.m. He was reportedly taking a video of extortionists at a spaza shop in Colorado streets on his cell phone, but the suspects saw him. They chased him to his home, where they shot him several times with a rifle. A leaked report claims that the killers demanded his cell phone. Sadly, 10 days after his murder, his brother Simpiwe, Prince Mkize, has now also been gunned down. Last Wednesday evening, as family and community members concluded a prayer service for Siseko, unknown assailant opened fire on them, killing Simpiwe. Siseko's body was found to be transported to Eastern Cape last Thursday. A resident reveals the family has since fled in fear, saying earlier that day, a car with 4 occupants warned the family to leave the area. At the time, they were busy with the arrangements for Siseko's funeral. He was to be buried on Saturday. When the prayer service was over, unknown people started shooting at the people there and Simpiwe was killed. Decided to move from the area because they don't know what the killers want. Police spokesperson Sergeant Wesley Twig confirms. Nyanga police are investigating a murder case and 2 counts of attempt murder case following a shooting incident on Wednesday evening in Colorado Road, Brown's Farm, where an adult male was shot and fatally wounded and 2 others wounded. Police members attended the crime scene where they found the victims with gunshot wounds in their bodies. The adults were declared deceased on the scene by the medical personnel, while the other 2 victims were taken to the medical facility for treatment. The motive for the attack is yet to be established. The suspects are yet to be arrested. Anyone with any information about this shooting incident is asked to contact Crime Stop on 08600 10111. In the meantime, Nyanga's top detective is shot. A top detective was shot and wounded during a hijacking. Detective Sergeant Sibusi Nonjezi, stationed in Nyanga, was driving a state vehicle in Harare when he was shot and robbed of his service pistol. Police says the hijacked white VW Polo was later recovered. Provincial detectives are investigating a case of attempted murder and hijacking following an incident on Monday at about midnight, Transi Street, Kuyasa, Harare, where the 35-year-old sergeant was robbed of his duty pistol. The suspect shot and injured the police official in the right shoulder and face. The incident was reported to Harare SA police station. The vehicle was recovered at 60 block Kuyasa and handed in for processing. The motive behind this shooting incident forms part of the police investigation. No arrests as yet. Investigation continues. Nyanga Community Police Forum Secretary Domisani Kwebe said Nonjezi is one of the best officers in the... He is that detective that will go out of his way to make an arrest. He searched for slain teen Amahle Kuku's killer who was in hiding. The teenager was raped and killed by a man known to her. He has investigated many high-profile cases, including that of Nomfuso Atoli, whose body was discovered at the dumping site in Brown's Farm. We wish him a speedy recovery. We were very shocked to hear about this shooting and condemned the shooting of our officers. Western Cape CPF Board Chairperson Francina Lucas that the loss of any life strikes of profound chord, as does the attempted murder of any person within the community, which resonates as a tragedy for all. Today, as a community and as a nation, we must unite and declare #enough is enough. The passing of or injury of a law enforcement officer, whether in the line of duty or otherwise, inflicts an even deeper wound. These individuals are our guardians, tasked with safeguarding our safety and security. When our protectors are not safe, it is a cause for grave concern, Lucas said. As a Provincial Community Police Forum CPF board, we extend our thoughts and prayers to Detective Nonjezi's family, friends, and colleagues during the immensely difficult time and wish him a speedy recovery. While we acknowledge that no words can alleviate the current pain and difficulties, we hope they will find some comfort in knowing that the entire community stands alongside them. The police appeal to anyone with information regarding this incident to contact Crime Stop on 08600 10111. And that's it from INJIBS Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.